What up? What up? What up? What up? Moto Mondays. What's going down? I was just looking at the volume. I saw it hit the red. Is it too loud? What do you guys think? Sound good? Do I need to turn it down a little bit? I don't want to blast you guys' ears out. Maybe turn it down a hair. So what's cracking? We got Brian up in here. We got Tommy. What up, my peeps? Moto Monday. Chase. Big Feist. Corey. New Jersey's Golden State. 65 cent tolls. Well, what's going down, boys? We got Diesel up in here. Yo, yo. So how's everybody's week been? Hanging on the Moto Mondays. Everybody have a good week? I think this past week for just we got Adam up in here. What up, Adam? What up? What up? I would say I think this past week here in the Midwest was tough for a lot of guys. Oregon is on fire. I know, so is California. West Coast is burning like always. But as I was saying, what up, David? Feist? Yeah, that's pretty tough week here in the Midwest. What up, Anthony? We had a local rider actually pass away. I put up a post. When I heard about it, I knew it was serious right away. His name's Alex Malott. And right when I read someone DM'd me, and because I actually met him a couple times at the track. Super cool dude. And when I read the update about him, what up, V-Dub? I knew right off the bat just by what I was reading that it was super serious because I felt like I was hearing the same exact report that I heard when Lutz had crashed because he kind of suffered the same type of head injuries. They had to go through the same procedure. So as soon as I read the update, I was like, oh, no, dude, this isn't good. So I put up that post just so we could pray for him. But keep praying for the family, dude. He did pass away, and it's going to be a really tough season for the Malott family. So just keep those guys up in prayer. So it's been a tough week for a lot of guys here in the Midwest because motocross here in the Midwest, there's a small community. You go out to the local tracks, you see the same guys all the time. So a lot of guys grew up racing with him. He's from here. Obviously, a lot of guys knew who he was. A lot of guys are tight with him. So it's hard when you lose a guy like that from the moto community. So keep the Malott family in prayer. And also, right before I sat down, I'm like, dude, what the heck? I saw a post Tony Hawk did about Simon Trabon, and he's another dude that's in the action sports world of X Games. He's a BMX vert rider, and I got a chance to tour with him. I think he was on the Tony Hawk Tour. I don't know if he was on every single year, but I know he was on there 2-3 years. Big Feist probably remember Simon Feist? I don't know if you've seen an update, but I just saw a post. And Simon, he's the dude. He was from like London. Super nice dude, just super soft, gentle heart. And dude, he had a heart attack and went hospitalized. And then they're trying to like deal with his heart attack, and he ended up having another stroke while he was in the hospital. So now it's the whole thing. He's fighting for his life too. So I know. Tony Hawk put out a post, and they did. I think Chad Kagi, I saw something Chad posted. They're doing a GoFundMe. So anybody just wants to help out the action sports community, there's a family there, and there is a way to show some love. What up, Rich? Lafferty's up in here again, old New Jersey boy. But just show some love if you guys felt you want to do that. And as far as Alex goes, I haven't heard of any ways to help him other than the local track here in one of the local tracks, Kingsville, is going to be having a donate jar and then donating like $5 of the entry fees throughout the next month to his family. So I'm going to go ride Kingsville. I'm going to try to get out there next week and just maybe this month. Let's all just go hit up Kingsville for the month as much as we can and just help. And if there's any other ways that you guys have heard that we can help the family, I haven't heard of anything. I haven't heard of any just ride days that are geared towards him, but I think that'd be cool if we can do some stuff just to help his family out as well. So, and if I hear anything, I'll keep you guys posted, but I haven't heard anything at the moment other than Kingsville's donating some money. I think $5. So they're going to charge, they normally charge $20. It's going to be extra $5, and they're going to give that to the family to help those guys out. So anyway, so yeah, it's a tough week. Last week, and then here we are Monday, and then we're hearing about Simon. I'm like, dude, what is going on? But anyway, other than that, let's see what else we got cracking. So we got a class this Saturday. September 19th, Saturday class. So here it is. Got a spot. It opened up last minute. And the reason why that happened is we were supposed to be at Green Valley, and obviously we had some crazy weather last couple weeks. They got to get in a certain amount of races before the season ends. So they were like, yo, we got to bump you out and we got to take this weekend to get a race in. So they're going to be racing there this weekend. I think it's like a vet race or something, or a vintage race. Going to have a vintage race there. But so thank God we got my boy Maddox and Jeremy down in Basor that are like, hey, the track's open for you guys anytime you want it. So we're moving the track down, the class down to the private track. I've already done a ton of classes down there, and it's a super good track. And they just updated it and made some changes, so it'll be cool. I haven't taught on it since they made all the changes. So I'm going to be heading out there on Wednesday, do some prep. I'll be back out Friday night to water, and then we'll be there Saturday. I know Brian's in the class, so Brian, you guys see Brian in here every week. He's in there. He'll be out there this Saturday with us. So looking forward to that. And like I said, there's one spot, and there's only a few days left. So if anybody's in the area, wants to go to a class, come jump on that last spot. Here, I always forget. Mel always tells me to do this time again. I always give you guys a little visual. But that's the deal, and it says Green Valley, but it's not no more. I should have changed that. I didn't realize it still said that. But that's the deal. If you need more info on any of our classes, you always go to the website. And we threw up the next class as well, October 17th class, and already a couple spots are already filling up. So October 17th will be the next one. And I'm tentative to release what track it's at because Green Valley's like, hey, you can do it here, but if we have to race that weekend, we might need that weekend. So they're kind of like, it's yours as long as we don't use it. So I'm planning on doing it there. That would be my goal. But if it doesn't go there, we always Basor track's going to be our fallback track if things don't work out. So that's what's going on with October 17th will be the next one. There's 3 spots left. Like I said, a couple people jumped on a couple spots right when I threw it up on the site. So if you guys are thinking about a class, that's going to be a good one because the weather is getting really good here in the Midwest. This weekend's going to be like 75, 76 or something. It's been crazy nice. It's been super perfect out. And then we got like tons of rain last week, and it's been like damp every morning and foggy and just super cool. So this weekend's class is going to be on point. And then I'm assuming, I'm thinking October, November is even going to be better because the weather is just going to keep getting cooler for us. So that's going to be sweet. Like I said, go to Ronnie Faisst, mx.com. And obviously, oops, got too much stuff up here now. Doubling up on you guys. Let me get something down. There you go. But here's my thing. You guys follow me. Hey, and if anybody's new in here, we do this every Monday night. Subscribe to the channel, show some love, give us a thumbs up, leave some comments, let us know what you guys are thinking. But we do this every Monday night, Hangout, 7 p.m. Central Time, Moto Mondays, and we talk about moto stuff, talk about training, talk about riding, talk about things we can do to get better on our whatever. We talk about anything that's related to moto. That's what this what this channel's all about. This channel's about moto. Whoa, I got all types of stuff. This is the Moto channel. So we're all about moto, and that's what we talk about on Monday nights. But hey, here's another thing. Who saw last week's video? What'd you guys think? Because that was the first video from Andre, and what do you guys think of the upgrade on the quality, the editing? Because now I got a pro. Andre knows what he's doing way better than me. So if you guys didn't see last week's video, it's a video on setting up the controls. This page, we're going to be doing tons of how-to stuff just to give you guys tons of tips on riding, freestyle, bike setup, all that stuff. So we started off with a basic one. We were planning on going riding, and it started pouring, so we had to cancel it, and we were like, oh no, that was this week. Sorry. Here she is. She was downstairs working out. I didn't think she was going to make it up here to pick on us.
You got the ding.
The what?
Everyone can hear you when everyone makes a comment.
See, this is why.
No, all you got to do is press the like mute button up at the top.
Where?
No, like on the computer.
Oh. Woo!
And show them your thumbnail. You can show them your thumbnail so they go watch your video.
All right. See, look, this is why I never...
Oh my God.
Did it stop? Whatever. That's what the Bible says, that the wife's the helper. She helps.
It's true.
I thought I was on my own tonight. She made me set everything up myself. She gave me a list of like 20 things. She's like, you learn how to do it yourself, because guess what? I'm not going to be here it's Monday night. I'm going to the prayer room. I'm out of here. Tonight I'm going to be down in the basement working out, and you're on your own. So I was surprised she came up here to help out. But sweet. So now you guys don't have to listen to all the dinging for the next hour. But But what was I talking about? I was talking about...
Put the thumbnail of your video up.
Where is it? All right, right here. I was talking about the video. So here it is. So, like I said, it's just a basic video on getting the controls set up. But it was the first one I did with Andre, and I was super pumped because I saw a huge difference in what I'm able to produce and what he can produce. And anyway, we were planning on filming some more how-tos. So our film days are Thursdays. So, but it was pouring down rain out here on Thursday, and we filmed another video. I'm gonna let you know, guys. A lot of you guys know this story. I shared a little testimony. A lot of you guys the guys have been here every week, already know the story. But anyway, I wanted to post it up because it was kind of like a rainy day schedule. It was like, okay, what can we film now that we were planning on riding? We were actually gonna go film 2 riding videos, and we couldn't do it. So we're like, what can we film so we don't waste a week? So we're pumped. But if you haven't seen last week's video, go check it out. Leave some comments, give us a thumbs up if you're feeling it, and just let me know what you guys think of the quality and Andre's editing style and everything he's doing, because I'm pumped to have a pro now. So I'm hoping all the videos that we put out from here on out are just a gazillion times better than anything I can do, and you guys get good, not just good teachable content, but just good, visible content, and just a good production. So. What else? We talked about the September class. Talked about last week's video. Yep, we'll be filming this Thursday. And last thing, I just want to shout out. I'll put this back up there because everything's on the site. But quick update on the RFMX merch, because like I said, a lot of you guys know because we keep talking about it. We're getting everything here to the house so we can run this stuff, but obviously we were on this big delay because we needed a resale certificate from the state of Kansas. Well, we got it finally. That was the big delay because I have all the racks are set up. Like, I'm ready to go. I just couldn't order any merch from the wholesaler because I didn't have a retail certificate. So it showed up Saturday. We opened up an account with the wholesaler today, and then we got to get all our numbers together, figure out how much merch we need, and then hopefully tomorrow or the next day, the order goes in, and then obviously we got to get that. Once we get it, we're going to bring it over to the screen printer, and then I had a date, and I didn't even write it down. I should have write it down, but I have a tentative date. We're trying to launch. I'm calling it the relaunch because we're coming back out. We're narrowing down a line, like I said, but we're upgrading everything. Everything's going to be better. So quality-wise, shipping, return policies. We didn't even have a return policy before, but we'll have one now. So super excited to finally get this because I was all hyped up on it a month ago, and then I had to wait 3 weeks to get the resale certificate. So now I finally got it. So now it's green lights up. I'm wide open until I get that stuff in hand. So the goal is to have it in-house by all this month, get that little warehouse menu, and we'll take you down there. I'm going to take you down to the warehouse and do a little quick video so you can just kind of see where we're running it. And then it's October. I got the launch date. I should have wrote it down, but I forgot. But anyway, we're gonna drop it in October, and then anybody that's been following me and Mel's ministry as well. As soon as the RFMX stuff's up and going, we're going to the Mark stuff, and we're bringing that in house, and then we're gonna relaunch that in November. That is the goal as far as everything that's going down with the merch stuff. So, all right. So if you're new here, throw up the question marks. That's how I do it. I always scroll to the top. That way I don't miss anybody. I try to answer everybody's question. If for some reason I miss you, I guarantee Mel will come up in here and tell me I missed your question, and we'll scroll back to it. What we got? I'm just seeing some people from Australia, Power Up Coaching. So we got Coach here from Australia. Much love, Feist. What up? We got V-Dubs in the house. There's Brian, RIP Alex, Thomas, Corey. Yeah, so we got a lot of people in here. All right, I'm looking for some question marks. So that's how we do it. If you got a question mark, or if you have a question, throw up the question marks just so it stands out. So just like here. So I'm going to throw it up so you guys can see it. But most of you guys are here every week, so you guys know how we do it. But anybody new pops in, just to give you a heads up. See how I threw the question marks up? That way I know it's a question, not a comment. Helps me pick it out. All right, so we got Chase here. It says, do you know what a 80-pound 85cc rider should set his suspension for semi-sandy hard pack? That's a really good question. And to be honest with you, I seriously could not answer that accurately, because the only one who would really know what an 85-pound rider on an 80cc that's riding a semi-sandy / hard pack. But anyway, he's going to just take your riding level as someone who does revalving. If whatever suspension guy you're working with, or if you don't have one, I would say it's always a bonus to get revalving. It does help. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if you don't have the budget for it, you can work with the stock clickers, and it's not like your stock stuff's completely horrible and unrideable. You can get away with stock stuff. My bike's still stock, I'll be honest with you. But when you do make the transition to get upgraded revalving, your bike does work a lot better. So I personally wouldn't know what that would even look like. And a lot has to do on your speed too, because the faster you go, the stiffer you're going to want your bike. So a lot's going to. So like I said, I can't accurately give you a good answer on where you should set it. Here's what I always tell people: if you let's just say your bike's stock and you're not going to send it out, you don't have the budget to send it out. First of all, set your sag. Second of all, I don't know if you have air forks on that thing. But if you do, you got to know how many pounds you should be at and get the right pounds in there. If you have conventional forks, make sure you're bleeding them. Every time you ride, put that thing, or yeah, you can bleed conventional forks too. Or you do bleed conventional forks. There's little air bleeders at the top, or at least on the big bikes. I always say, counting clickers. Rebound, you got your rebound on the bottom. On the big bikes, rebounds on the bottom, compressions on top. Same thing, compression on top, rebound on the bottom on the shock. Go clockwise is always tightening. So turn it all the way in and count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go all the way in and then back it out. And then count how many clicks you got. And let's just say you got 24. So go to 12. Put it in the middle and do the same thing on everything. The compression, the rebound, top and bottom. Put them right in the middle. And then go out and ride and feel it. See what your bike feels like. After you set the sag, big bikes, we do about 4 inches. And then feel what it feels like in the middle. And then go all the way stiff. Turn them all the way clockwise. And then go out and do some more laps. And now, what does it feel like stiff? Come back in. Go all the way soft. Put them all the way soft. And what's your bike feel like? And get an idea of what those clickers do. And feel that range from middle to stiff to all the way soft. Then go back to the middle. And then from there, you should have an idea. Did I like the bike when it was a little bit more stiffer? Did I like it a little bit more stiffer? And then find a little bit of and then give yourself a little bit of range which way you want to go. I prefer riding a stiffer bike. So my clickers right now, like I said, my bike's bone stock. The only thing I did was go up like one rear tooth in the rear sprocket. That's it. And I got a pipe on it. Other than that, bone stock. My suspension is completely stiff on the compression all the way in, and then I run my rebound a little 2 or 3 clicks from the middle stiffer. So, but like I said, I like a stiff bike. I've rode freestyle for so long. I think I got so used to riding a stiff freestyle setting that even when I went back to trying to ride a softer setting on an outdoor track, I just didn't like a bike that felt too soft. So I feel more comfortable on a stiffer bike. So I would try that. Go in the middle, work both ways. And then if you are able to send it out, most likely they're gonna kind of send it to you and probably have you set somewhere in the start, usually towards the middle anyway, and then that you can just kind of start where they go. But I always kind of see what that bike feels like, even when I got my stuff sent back, like RG3 did my stuff forever. Pretty much most of my freestyle career, I'll always get it back from them, and then I would always stiffen it completely up. I always knew I was going stiff, so I didn't even go softer. I would stiff it all the way up and then go ride and then see if it felt stiff enough or too stiff. And most of the time, their stuff was good. So most of the time, I could back it out. But I rode my stuff like pretty stiff. But that's for freestyle. You want a super stiff setup. All right. We'll keep it moving. Looking for, all right, so I'm seeing a question mark here. So let's get David up here. All right. He said, should you get fuel injected bike versus the carb? Decided on a 450F. Want to make the best move. I prefer the fuel injected just because you don't have to worry about jetting. Bike's always good. I've never had any problems with any of my fuel injections. So I think that would be, think about it. That's like technology. Where's all the new stuff? So in my opinion, things are just getting better and better. So if you have the ability and the budget to get the newest and best, I'd go that direction 100%. Definitely get the fuel injection. Let's see here. So sweet. So David, I was just looking at a comment. All right, here. Let's get Ryan up here. He says, what is the biggest rider adjustment you had to make in FMX when you went from a 252 stroke to a 454 stroke? That's a good question. I think the biggest adjustment when I went from I thought it was a bonus. I thought it was an improvement. When I went from 252 stroke to 450, I preferred my 450 better. But I think the biggest adjustment was certain tricks. The bike wanted to nosedive just because of the way that the motor has, you know, almost like a little bit of a, I don't know if I want to call it it's not really a stall. But anyway, the front end just tend to dive down more, I noticed on my 450 than my two-stroke. So I had to get used to adjusting where I was on the bike, because if I wanted my front end to dive down, there's certain tricks you do not want your front end high, like a lazy boy. Try to do a lazy boy if the front end's high. It's way too hard. You want the front end low. So then when I went to go do lazy boys, if I was in the position that I was in on my two-stroke, I was dropping it down too far because the 450 wanted to dive anyway. So then I just had to recorrect where I was when I took off to make that adjustment. And then same thing, cliffhangers, it would dive a little bit, but it wasn't too hard to make those adjustments, but you definitely had to make them. And then just overall in flipping, how hard you had to pull, you could pull less on a 450 than you had. So you had to pull harder on your 252 stroke, even though it was lighter. But it was just because it didn't have the torque and that extra weight to flick it like a 450. So you pulled harder on a 252 stroke, and on the 4-stroke it had so much torque, and then that little bit of extra weight, once that thing started going, it rotated faster. So you had to lighten up on the pull, which I appreciated, because then it wasn't as hard to flip. It actually made the bike flip easier. I think everybody that made the switch noticed that. So we got V-Dub here, always hooking us up, super chats. He says, all right, so sweet. He said he liked the handlebar vid. A little dono to help with the program. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be going. So, hey, all the donos will go to Andre, because at the end of the day, I'm hooking him up to hook up the produced content. So thank you. So when you do donate, it really is going to creating content, because I got to pay him to make sweet videos. But he's well worth it, in my opinion. So thank you guys for supporting this page. V-Dub, the man. Looking for some more stuff. All right, so let's get Chase back up here. Oh, not a question, just getting your attention. He says, can you come to Florida and ride Orlando MX and Hard Rock MX, Ocala, Florida? I rode in Ocala before a long time ago. I don't know if it was Hard Rock MX. I don't remember it being called. But anyway, there's tons of places riding Ocala. So I used to go down there every winter. So I would love to come back to Florida. To be honest with you, I got family down. Actually, I'm going to be down there in November, but I'm not going to have a bike to ride. So quick little family trip. I got to go see my grandma. She's turning 90. So she's getting up there. But me and Mel are going to go down, and Mally, and so I'll be down there. But I like Florida, to be honest with you. It's sweet. It's a good moto spot, to be honest with you. In my opinion, it's one of the hubs. It's really the East Coast hub, and you got tons of pros live down there and train down there with the humidity. So I would love to come rip with you, bro. I just won't have a bike on this trip, but maybe someday I'll be able to do class out there. I'm open to that. If people start inviting me to come to different places, I'm down with that. Because I know a couple people hit me up to go back to New Jersey, where I grew up. So I'm working on that. I'm trying to work that out for spring. So any of you guys that are close to New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New York, any of those areas, and you want to come to RFMX class, be on the lookout for next spring. I'm trying to work it out to do that, because I want to go back there too. It'd be sweet. All right, so Brian said, great new video. Thanks, homie. That's sweet. I'm glad you guys like it, because I was excited when I knew it was gonna be better than I can do, but I was just excited because I was like, man, that looks way better than mine. All right, so we got Eric Davis in here. What up, big bro? So we got Luke. Just making sure. Just got back in the motocross. All right, this is a question. That's why sometimes I don't see the question marks, but I just want to make sure I don't miss one. It says, just got back in the motocross after many, many years, and these 450 injectors fly. That is true. I weigh like 230, and I can't decide if I should drop to a 250. I'm a 450 dude, so I just had this dude that came out to my class. He's actually a police officer in San Diego. He came to my Cali class. He asked me the same exact question. He's just getting back into it, just getting started. And he's like, dude, I'm a little bit bigger. Should I stay on the 450 or should I drop? The 250 is definitely not going to have the aggression as the 450. It's, you know what I mean? It's half the bike. But at the same time, in my opinion, you can ride a 450. You don't have to be as aggressive on it because it has so much torque. So you can kind of relax a little bit and let the bike you can lug it a little bit. On the 250, you're going to have to run that thing pretty hard to get it to get it through different rhythm sections over certain jumps. So in my opinion, I think the 450 is a easier bike to ride, even though it's faster. And maybe I'm just saying that because I've been riding for a long time. The 250 might feel easier maybe for a beginner because it's not so aggressive, but I think you can just, if you can just, I mean, you are a big dude, so I don't know if I would switch, to be honest with you. But here's what I would say, and I said this to the other dude too. If you have the ability to go ride a 250 before you make the jump, if you know anyone that has one, go ride it first before you sell your bike and then get it. Because if you go ride it the first 2 days and you're like, oh man, this thing's just hard to get through stuff, or maybe you're not liking it, then you got to go switch again. So go try to ride somebody's, and then I'll give you a good idea. Like, is it worth switching? I'm a 450 guy all day long, so I always think the 450 is easier. I can be more lazier on my 450 and still get through stuff. It has so much torque and gets so much traction, so that's what but it's all rider preference. You know, I can understand a beginner feeling a little bit more confident with a bike that's not so aggressive, so I can understand that as well. All right, so do you have a 450 class title? No, I don't. It'd be sweet if I did, but no, not in the 450 Pro class. Maybe I should start racing the vet class and try to get one. But no, I do not. That's a hard title to get. Not many people have a 450 title. All right, let me see. Yeah, so Ryan's kind of, was talking a little bit about adjusting to the 250. Yep. All right, sweet. So Jason's saying he just watched it. Came out great. Just reading a couple comments. Thank you guys for that. Fully trying to stick with the 450. Bottom is insane. It's hitting hard. That's too funny. Yes. Welcome to motocross. But dude, to be honest with you, probably get arm pump on the 250 too. It's like, arm pump comes from a lot of different things. It's not just because the bike's fast. There's a lot of reasons why we get arm pump. A lot of times just death gripping the bars, just too tense, not riding relaxed, not breathing, not getting enough air into your lungs, and your muscles will cramp with no air. So a lot of times we're just so focused on what's coming up and the obstacle going through, you'll just forget to breathe, and that's going to cause arm pump. Dehydration too. If you're not getting enough water, that's going to cause you guys to pump up too. So it's not always the bike, but I get it because the 450 is a beast. But if you can stick with it, I think you never have to get another bike, because you could switch back to the 250 and then a year later you're going to have to go bump it back up because you're like, all right, I want a faster bike now. So, yeah, Brian said he loves the hat. Little Mark Collective. Ew. All right, so when you going? All right, so yeah, this is funny that you brought this up again. So I just was thinking about this last week. I'm like, I gotta get those specs up there. I need to track them down. I need to get them. I need to find them, and I gotta make sure that they're okay public, because I thought about that last week. I was like, I need to get those specs, but then I'm like, wait, would the ramp builders get bummed if everyone could just jack their specs for free? But as long as those dudes don't care, I'm gonna try to track those down and then do a little cool free downloadable FMX ramp, because I think that's helpful. That's so many people ask me, hey, how do you build an FMX ramp? What are the specs? And honestly, I don't know off the top of my head, but I know a lot of people want to know that. So here we go. We got Adam. What a super chat, man. Good looking out, brother. Ramp specs. When you gonna? So here's another. Oh yeah, yes. Same Adam. Sorry, I thought it was another Adam for a second. But it's coming, dude. Let me work on that. I'm gonna hit up Mickey Diamond. He's my first go-to dude on ramp specs, and as long as I can track him down. All right, so Mel's giving some shout-outs to Mark Collective for the hat. SmartCollective.com. That's me and Mel's Christian brand, supports our ministry. So we appreciate anybody who supports that. Go check it out if you want. All right, so here we go. All right, says, what up, Ron and Mel? Was at Millville, Moto America this weekend. They had an FMX demo, and I think Taka was there, right? I think I saw Taka posting. I think Taka might have been at this one. They had an FMX demo, and I got some more specs. I'm confused about the safety deck on top. Do you roll towards the slope so you don't bounce? All right, so do you, all right. Here's the deal. Like most of the times, if it had a dirt landing, was it a dirt landing or was it a ramp to ramp? It's probably a ramp to ramp out there. If it was a dirt landing, the landings that you see at the contest and at the shows normally don't have huge decks on it. Usually have just a small deck and a roll. But you do want the roll. Like don't make it super razorback if you're building I'm assuming you're building a dirt lip. Because you want to practice to a dirt landing, in my opinion. I wouldn't want to jump ramp to ramp all week long. It's just risky, you know. You got to have an airbag. If you don't have an airbag, you're going. So build a dirt ramp if that's what I would suggest. But you don't want it super peaky. You do want it round. But if you're asking about, you would want it towards the slope. So you should be able to hit that. If you landed on the knuckle, it should be mellow enough that it's not going to buck you over the bars. You don't want to make your landing so gnarly that if you do hit the knuckle, it's going to flick you over the bar. So make it nice, gradual, slow. So your deck should come out and just roll it. Roll it real nice and gentle and let it go down. And like I said, the bigger the deck, the better, in my opinion. Especially if it's your practice ramp. Build it big, build it wide. And then as far as distance goes, the knuckle, this is rider's preference too, because some guys will go 75 to the knuckle, but most of the time, all the contests, it's 72, 73 to the knuckle, and then you land at 75. That's how most guys are. But I've set them at 75 to the knuckle, and they actually feel better. Give you a couple extra feet. But yeah, you don't want that thing all razorback that it's gonna. If you hit that bad boy, she's gonna send you down, face planted. All right, so here we go. Let's get David up here. And hey, let me see. And Brent was asking about go check out my video. I don't know. I have a video, and I was at Deegan's house, and I think I don't know if I have any shots. I know I was at Deegan's house when I filmed a lot of his landing. Go check out his landing. His landing's super. If you haven't seen it yet, go check out the video. I think it's how to set up a ramp properly, and I talk a lot about the landing, and you get this, just kind of get a good visual of a good safe landing. Deegan's landing's super safe. All right, let's get back to David here. It says, what's the reason why you set the sag? Set the sag is important because it adjusts the height of the rear where the bike sits. So think about it. If your bike's all stink butt, it's going to change how the bike performs. It's going to act different in the whoops. It's going to even corner different. So you got to get that thing set in the right spot, because it does change the way things go. And so I believe on big bikes, I think 4 inches is safe. I'd go and just go YouTube how to set a sag. There's probably 100 videos up on how to do it. Super simple, but it changes how the bike reacts to things as far as how it's going to track in the whoops and how it's even going to corner. And same thing, I would even say it would affect even the way it jumps. At the end of the day, I don't think I've ever, probably only when I first started, but once we knew we were supposed to set the sag, we always set the sag. And that's like the first thing I do. If I'm not sending my suspension out, I'm just going to ride it stock, I set the sag, and then I do my clickers. If I send it out and I get it back, I set the sag, do my clickers. So it's like the very first thing. So I don't really even ride bikes without doing that, just because I was always taught, like, that's what you got to do. But it affects the way the bike acts and reacts to things. So definitely do it. And I'm sure you'll notice if your bike's way out of whack. Here's the thing. You want your bike to work with you and work for you. Motocross, at the end of the day, you don't need anything working against you. So if your bike's not working properly, it's just going to make, the track or the woods or whatever type of riding you're doing more difficult because your bike's not working properly. So you want to do everything you can to get that thing working with you, and you're not fighting against it. It's easy enough to make mistakes out there. You don't want mistakes happening because your bike's not set up properly. All right, so let's pull down David. Oh, we got another super chat from Tommy Shea. What's up, my brother? He says, out in the middle of nowhere, he's out in Nevada, building a couple houses. Me and the guys are talking about bikes, and I said, Moto Monday, and all the guys knew what I was talking about. That's pretty cool. Oh, sweet, dude. That is pretty cool. I'm glad we're catching on here a little bit. We'll keep doing this, and hopefully it's helpful for everybody that watches. That's why we do it. We just want to hang out with the motocross community and chill with the people that enjoy dirt bikes. At the end of the day, it's what brought us all together. We all love moto, and let's talk about it and try to be helpful and bounce some things back and forth off each other. So that's cool. Tell the boys I said what up in Vegas. And thanks for joining us and hanging out. And hope you guys make it each week. All right. So Thomas here. So here's Thomas is I not recognize the name now. Thomas is coming out this weekend too. So Thomas is signed up for the Saturday class. So we'll be working with Thomas and Brian this weekend. He says, "Hey dude, have you ever considered to do church services on race day? So far, Missouri State Series is the only one with church services, so we miss out a lot. What are your thoughts?" I'll be honest with you, the pastor that's been in my life the longest is that's exactly the way he does. His name's Pastor Larry. He's on our board for our ministry, and he has a ministry called Extreme Church, and that's what he does. He calls it Moto Church. He's been going out to the moto, so I've obviously thought about it and stuff, just never had a chance. Actually, I did. I went out, and I won't say I didn't have a chance to do it. I did have a chance to do it. Pastor Larry brought me out to where he's from. He's from Illinois, and I did it with him at a Illinois track. And I got to share my testimony and just share a word. So I've done it before, but only once. So definitely open to it. I would just have to look into it some more and see. But here's another little thing that we got going on as far as faith-related moto stuff. And you know, a lot of I like this. This is people come on here and talk about ask questions about my faith and stuff. But that's cool because that's who I am. There is a motocross, so anyone's down in Oklahoma, you guys down south, Texas, Oklahoma, anything in the south, or if you just want to make a big road trip, I got to get you the dates. There is a motocross camp, FCA motocross camp. It's next month. I don't want to mess the date. I want to get you guys to do this because this is kind of what he's talking about. So FCA is Fellowship Christian Athletes. And I've worked with these guys since I became a Christian, flying out to their schools, coaching with them for years. And I usually go do the Oklahoma school with them every year. And Oklahoma obviously got canceled this year with the whole pandemic. But they're going to do a family day at Robbie Smith's motocross track. So Robbie Smith's another trainer down in Oklahoma. Super cool dude, rips. Great coach, great guy, strong believer, and I'm looking for the date on the schedule, and it is FCA class. So it's October 9th through the 11th. It's a 3-day weekend, and you probably can go to fcamotocross.com and look it up. So that's kind of what they do. They're all about, their whole motocross camp is Christian related. And so basically, if anyone's ever been to one of their camps, you kind of know how they run it. But basically, wake up in the morning, they'll have a quick little time of prayer, time of encouragement. Go ride all day, come in for lunch. Someone shares a testimony, get done lunch, ride some more, and it's tons of coaches. Trey Kennard's going to be there, Robbie Smith's going to be there, myself, and a bunch of all the coaches are always super good. And then in the evening, the time of worship, and they have a message every night. And it normally goes on for 5 days, but this year with the pandemic, it's just a 3-day weekend. Just trying to sneak one in before something's better than nothing. But I encourage you guys, go check it out. If you guys can, if you're in that area and you want to sign up to, like a faith-based motocross camp, that's going to be a good one. And like I said, Trey will be down there, and dude, I drill that dude. When I'm down there coaching with him, I'm a student. I'm asking him, hey, like I'm hit. That dude that guy is one of the best riders ever to touch a dirt bike. Factory rider, champion. Like, I just was watching a video of him on Instagram a couple days ago, and he was on Ken Roxton like a dog in a piece of meat. He was on him, and I'm like, dude, Trey is sick. So I'm down there. I might be coaching, but I'm a student too, because I'm asking him all the questions. I want to learn from that dude because he's bad. That's the thing. Never stop learning. Never think you're too good to learn. We can always keep growing. That's one thing that's cool about motocross. There's always room to grow, always room to get better. And if I'm around people that can go way faster than me and way smoother, I'm hitting them up. Tell me some secrets. Sweet. Ah, Mel's back. Uh-oh. What happened? Is it not on? Is it... Give me it. I forgot.
Well, but wait, I'm nervous. Tell them what happened.
This is the internet cord, the 200-foot cord that we plug in. I forgot it. I set up tonight. See what happens?
I forgot it on the list.
Hey,
So partially
busted.
it's my fault.
Blame it on
I'm
Mel.
nervous that
Everybody's been in. All right, we're not going to mess with it just because everyone's still
it
here.
is a tiny bit glitchy.
Sorry for the glitch. Blame it on Mel. It wasn't on the to-do list. I had a list. There was 20, 30 things on it, and that was not on it. So we're blaming on Mel. All right, so Brett, thank you for the $5 super chat donation. Much love. We appreciate everybody who gives. Thank you, dude. Two-Stroke Tuesday? What is Mel on to? She's coming up with new stuff. What question?
You totally skipped my question.
I don't see nothing.
I had question mark.
Oh, here she is. I think I just saw Ronnie and Mel and just burned by it.
Yeah, excuse me.
I got a question. Here we go. Wifey's getting in the mix now. See, I knew she couldn't hang. She couldn't resist. She acts like she could. She loves being on here with us. She can't resist. She's part of the MOTO family here. She says, all right, what are you going to do in 2 weeks when the Chiefs game is on Monday night? Is it on Monday night? How do you know that?
It's on my schedule.
Oh, my gosh. She's got them. This is how nuts she is about the Chiefs. She's got it on her schedule. You hear that? She's got the football game scheduled. So what are we going to do on Monday night? We're going to be here Monday night because I ain't selling you guys out. We'll be here, and I'll probably just put the game on my phone.
Why don't we do it at like 6?
All right, maybe we'll talk about a different time. But we're not skipping. We're going hard. This is our night to hang.
That's what I was saying. You could call it Two-Stroke Tuesday and do it on Tuesday.
We'll figure it out. We'll make an announcement because Mel does not like that. So that's why I'm seeing what's going on here because she's just as involved in this as me because I can't do it on my own because I mess everything up. So that's why she's like, you need to change it because she don't want to miss her game.
I know, but a lot of people like the Chiefs games too. They want to watch.
Stop.
Brian
All right.
likes the
All right,
Chiefs,
all right.
but we all like the Chiefs.
Get back before you get a beating. All right, so maybe we'll do Two-Stroke Tuesdays. We did a MOTO night on a Wednesday one night, and there was a ton of people in here. All you guys came, so maybe we'll do it. All right, so MOTO is far more important than football. It's true. Mel's diehard Mahomes fan. She loves Mahomes. Yeah, unless you live in Kansas City, then she's feeling it. Chiefs, Brian too. Yeah, see the local boys. So yeah, a lot of you guys are local boys. So yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll do a post. I'll let you guys know. But we won't skip a week. If we do it, either we do it at a different time or if we bump it to Tuesday, we won't skip a week. We're staying steady. I like doing this with you guys. It is fun. Love hanging out. All right, so here we go. Let's get Kush up here. Kush Smoke, Gunsmoke. He says, what do you think of a YZ 426? Man, I don't know. To be honest with you, I've never even rode a YZ 426. Did they have? Now you got me confused. Like, they got a 450. This is not their 450, right? They got a 450. So this is just a. See, I don't even know. To be honest with you, I don't know the Yamahas that well, but I'm not against any of the bikes. I think all the bikes these days are good. To be honest with you, I don't think you can get a bad bike these days. The technology is so good. I think they're all good. But I've never rode a 450 Yamaha. That's a true statement. I rode Taka's 250 two-stroke, and I rode his 125. But I've never rode a Yamaha 450, so I can't give you a good answer on that. But like I said, I don't think any of them are bad these days. Yes. So let's just get Shay. Drink a gallon of water a day for recovery. Yeah, even not for recovery. It's almost like that's a good thing to do. You can buy these big jugs. I already know what Mel's going to say. We'll put the link down in the description for you because she loves doing that. They make these jugs called, I think they're called life bottles or something, but they're cool though. Mel bought me one. They're huge. Gallon of water, and they have times on it. 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. So you can fill it up the night before, put it in the fridge. that way morning, and then start drinking at 7, 8 a.m. wherever it starts, and then you can just follow your schedule all the way down till you finish that thing. So it helps you get through the gallon for the day. So they're super helpful. So we'll on giving Mel work. Put the link down in the description, please. So the people can find them, but they're helpful. We both use them. If you come to Florida, it would be definitely come to a class. Yeah, so Jason says come to Florida, definitely come to a class. So I appreciate that. Yeah, we got to see if we can open up to some other states here. So Cali's up in the air right now because I'm trying to work out the bike situation. So I put in a call and haven't got any feedback yet on getting a bike for those winter months. But I really want to get out there. But I don't want to be the guy that has to bum bikes off all my friends every time I go out there and be like, hey, I need a truck. Hey, I need a place to stay. Hey, I need your bike too. I don't want to be that big of a pain in the butt. So I'm trying to get a loaner from Husky just for the classes. So pray for me, dude, that it works out. That'd be sweet. All right, so 10 super chat, $10 from Adam. So thank you, brother. He says, hey, have you ever done a backflip on a CR500? If not, why not? All right, so no, and I don't have a CR500, and I don't even know anybody. The only person I ever actually knew that had a CR500 was Seth, but I believe he had a 500 motor in a 250 frame. I don't even think it was, so he kind of had like a special built Honda, but that's the only person I knew that had a CR500. So, but honestly, I think you could do it all day long. It'd be just as easy as a 250 or a 450. I think the 500 would work 100%. Could flip it. But I never have. All right, so let's see. Awesome answers. Thank you. So Luke. Just reading some comments. So get Corey up here. Says. It says, wait. He says you have to win a 450 class this year. I know, I need to go race first, huh? I know. I was all hyped on going racing, and then I got sick, and I was down for like a month. Fell off my whole program. I was cycling all the time. I was going motoing, and then I was sick, and I was jacked up. Took me down, dude. So I need to get back. I need to get back to the track, because honestly, I haven't got to ride much lately, and I need to get back on my cycling program, because I was helping. All right, so let's get Brett back up here. He says, oh, is it freezing up? Is it? That's because we didn't put the plug in. Sorry, dude. That's my fault. Or Mel's fault. So here's some glitches. It was. Oh, here's a cool question. Let's get Patrick up here. This is funny that you asked this question. This is cool. He says, do you still have the t-shirt company Like Water? He said, I remember I was out at ASR about 2006 seeing you. Had sideways to the front and a silver too. That's too funny. So the funny thing is that company was called Shui. Let me see. That's it right there. You guys remember it? So that means water. So Shui is Chinese for water. And I had that company that's right, back in 2006, long time ago. And I wasn't able to do it when Militia got kind of taken over by the big companies. They kind of gave me a exclusive contract, and they were like, hey, you kind of have to ride for us and only us, so you kind of have to lay that one aside. So I had to kind of lay it down. But here's the thing. This is funny. We're in the process of creating part of our basement into the Mark Collective warehouse, a little mini warehouse, nothing big, just part of our basement. And I just found that we have Shui stuff left. And I honestly I'm like looking at them. I got custom hats. Like, dude, the ones that I made for Shui, like, see how these are just standard hats you buy, and the ones I made for Shui are custom to the T. Like, the whole inside liner is all custom. All these things are custom. It's 3D puffed embroidery. These things are sick, and I have boxes of them. They're fitted hats, but I have them. And I was like, I'm like, maybe I should throw these up on the site and just sell them on the site, like, just to see if anyone, like Patrick, is like, hey, dude, like, I remember that. It's kind of like a throwback thing. Like, if you guys want to support Shui, man, it was my company, and I still have product. And I found some t-shirts. They're all Asian style, tattooed style. They're kind of cool, but I think the sizes, I don't know how many larges. It might be low on larges. It might be just like XLs and mediums, maybe some double. I don't really know because I haven't looked through the boxes, but I just found some. And maybe now that there's people like Patrick out there asking about it, maybe I'll throw some of the stuff up on the RFMX site. And if anybody wants it, I'll just sell a discount, throw it up there cheaper. But this stuff's legit. Like, we printed on high end. I remember everything that we did was premium t-shirts, like super soft. I think they're all American Apparel premium t-shirts that we printed on. And same thing with the how we did the printing. Everything was the best we could do. So it's good quality stuff. But anyway, Shui of Life, the water of life. That's where we got that. So be on the lookout for that. If I do it, it probably won't be until we do the little relaunch. I don't know. I'll figure out when to do it, but it might be cool to just have that for you. For any of the old schoolers that remember it, want to represent. All right, so we got Curtis. So this is my homie Curtis from out here. And he says, what up? I wrote, uh-oh.
Did you ever answer the question about who do you got for the 450 class this year?
I missed it.
No, I think you misinterpreted it.
Oh, I did? See?
He was asking, like...
Oh, I thought you were telling me I needed to go race the 450 class. All right, so who do I got for the 450? I'm like, yeah, I need to go race this year.
Always about you.
I thought because, hey,
So
get back.
450 class.
All right, so who do I got for the 450 class? To be honest with you, I like Sexton's style and how smooth he is. But I don't think he's there yet this year. It's his first year, but I think watch out for that dude in the future. Sexton's going to be hard to beat as he grows into that class and that bike. He's so smooth. He's got the sickest rider style. I really enjoy watching him. But for this year, who do I think? I'm not going with Tomac. What? Why do you keep coming in here?
Osborne.
Yeah, Osborne does look solid, but I still ain't picking him. He might win the championship, but I'm just trying to think, who do I like?
I think Cincerella.
Cincerella looks good too. I really like Sexton. I just don't think he's not gonna be top 3 this year. Who else has been up there? Who else? Osborne. Who else has been up there? Mel's been watching races with me. Barsha's been up there, but who else? I feel like we're missing someone. Roxon's out. Tomac. I'm not picking Tomac. Marvin's been pretty good. Man,
those are the ones. It's Marvin, it's Osborne.
I never know who to go with. It's too many guys. I usually just like someone, and I like Anderson too, but he hasn't been up there lately. I don't know. Maybe.
I think it'd be cool if Osborne won.
It might be good to just pick Osborne just because he hasn't been up there. But as far, I always pick guys by how they ride. So I'm gonna just say I like Sexton. He's my favorite. If Roxon ain't out there, I'm going with Sexton just because I like his style. But I don't think he's gonna be a top 3 this year. But watch out. In the future, that dude's bad. Langston, my boy. Yo. What's up, dude? So Langston's my homie. He lives out here in Missouri. He lives out by St. Louis. So we need to get together and shoot, dude. This dude shoots super sick photos. So you want some photos, look him up. Langston. He was on Instagram. Langston Photography. And he's getting into shooting a lot of video too. So let's hang out. And I know he loves the deer hunt. He always sends me pictures of all the big bucks he gets, and I'm jealous because I had nowhere to hunt last year, and he was shooting everything that is in sight. So we need to get together. Yeah, look, he just wrote head up to KC soon. All right, so let's get the homie Snuffs up in here. He says, hey, Kung Fu Feist. He says, do you think you'll ever get a 2-stroke again? Also, hope to make it to yours and Scummy's classes sometime. But I'm currently pinned down on Wyoming right now, unfortunately. So I probably will never switch back to a 2-stroke as far as riding. My bike to ride for my personal bike. I'm not against just having one, maybe. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I probably won't get one. I like my 4-stroke, dude. I can't lie. They sound cool, but I just love 4-strokes. I don't know why. Yeah, get out here, Langston. Langston said he needs to come shoot some photos. That's sir. He said, I need to get one of those hats too. Send you some cash. Ew. We'll hook you up, brother. Get out here, dude. All right. I was just reading some comments. So, yes, yeah. So Sway shirts. He said, so Ryan still has some Sway shirts. Get a class. All right, here we go. Here's a good one. He says, do you wear knee braces? So this is Luke. my possible next investment. I think that's a great investment. I do wear knee braces. I wear the Asterisk, the most recent Asterisk. It's the carbon fiber super light. You won't even know you have this thing on. And Mel, let's get the link in the bottom to help these guys find them. That's Mel's job to get those links up for you guys. But they're the ones I wear. And I used to wear a CTI, and then I switched to the Asterisk. And I like my Asterisk. They're super light. Like I said, you won't even know you have them on. And comfortable. And they come, you don't have to get a custom fit for them, so they're like semi-custom. They just kind of go off your leg size, just kind of get your measurements, and then you're good. So they don't necessarily, like when you wear a CTI, you kind of have to go get fitted, and they do like an actual like real mold for your leg. So I don't know price-wise where they're at comparable, but I would say go with those ones I'm rocking because they're legit. And I'm not going to say it. I'm not even going to say it. Because I don't even bring up bad news. And I don't want to put down, because it might not have been that fault. It's probably the wall's fault that I hit. All right, so let's keep it flowing. Let's keep it flowing. Yeah, so V-Dub saying he saw a video with Trey yesterday. He's bad. Big Feist. Yep, some mouse making sure we're working. MOTO win. So I'm just scrolling, looking for you guys. You guys are just chatting it up in here. So here's another. I mean, sometimes I don't know the answer to these questions. I just put it up because I don't want to skip you. He says, I have a Husqvarna 310. What do you think? And a KTM Supermoto 520. So sometimes I don't even know what obviously I know what a Supermoto bike is, but the 520 KTM off the top of my head, I don't know. I never rode. I don't even think I've ever rode Supermoto now that I think about it. I haven't. Never been on a Supermoto bike. So it's hard sometimes to give you guys just good, direct answers when the 310, I've never rode the 310. I'm assuming it's probably similar to the 350. And I like the 350, but I've never rode this 520 KTM Supermoto. So it's hard sometimes for me to give you guys like what I really think when I haven't been on some of those bikes. But didn't want to skip your question. So there's the knee brace. She's quick. She's putting I thought you were gonna put it up at the end of the video. I didn't realize you were gonna have the link up. So are you guys doing classes still? So I'm assuming this is a moto class. So yes, we are still doing RFMX classes. We have a spot available if you're here in the Midwest or close this weekend, Saturday. So go to RFMX, Ronnie Faisst Motocross. And if not, we have one on October 17th coming up as well. So we're still doing class for sure. We're going to keep them once a month. From now until I decide I'm too old to teach. But I love coaching. I just really enjoy I love the moto community. I've been around it my entire life. Like grew up on dirt bikes, grew up, going to the races with my dad, went through all the ranks, did all that stuff, and then had a sweet career in freestyle, and then move out here to the Midwest and kind of bring it back to the roots of just riding moto and just enjoy riding dirt bikes. So it's just fun to be able to still be in the moto community, to be around kids, older people, all people. There's the kids that want to get better. There's the intermediates. There's the older guys. There's the best guys. All these people. Just people want to get better on dirt bikes. And I love moto and learned a lot from my career. And I love sharing what I learned and helping people get better and get safer and go after the goal. So I love it. So I'm going to teach as long as I can teach. I don't know how long that'll be, but hopefully a while. Football or moto? I'm going moto, dude. Come on. We were moto dudes before anything else. All right, whoa, dude, I can't believe it's 8 o'clock already. All right, I'm going to try to pick up the pace because I usually just go for an hour, but I don't want to skip anybody. So if you guys don't mind hanging out for a couple more minutes, let's just we'll try to not skip anybody. And sorry, I was just kind of having fun going slow. Hour went by like nothing. All right, it says, do you have a chain preference? Yes, so Trade strength for MX or FMX, O-ring or not. I do the O-ring. So I do a gold DID O-ring. Can't go wrong. The chain is fire. That's another good one. So that's a good question. First time I think anybody answered that. And let me just see if I see anything else. But oh, the 426 isn't that a quad? Might be. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes I don't know. All right. So I'm just looking for some. All right. Yeah, I don't want to keep you guys too long. All right, so I rode Kingsville yesterday. Didn't have the confidence in the knee, in my knee for. So hold on. So yeah, so Curtis come off ACL surgery. We talked a couple times. So he said didn't have the confidence in the knee 4 months post. Oh, what a great time! I can't believe you're riding that 4 months, dude. Great, bro. I told you to wait 6 because here's the deal. Like, and I already know this because I've seen a ton of friends do the 4 month. I know at 4 months you're gonna feel like you can go, but the doctors, I'm surprised your doctor. Did your doctor tell you can go, or you're just getting that? You're just going for it. The deal is the ligament hasn't attached completely. I would assume back to the bone, so it hasn't have enough growth to be 100% strong. Even though you're probably at full mobility, probably can run, jog, get on the bicycle, cruise, but that graft is not strong enough to endure a dirt bike. And a lot of times what happens, people come back at 4 months because they feel good and it rips right back off, and then you restart the process. So they say 6 months to let that thing fully heal. So I did both my ACLs and I waited the full 6 months before I came back, only because I've seen so many people come back early and then re-injure. Bill Coe's one of them. Ask him how many knee surgery he's been through because he always likes to try to come back early. So I learned from watching people fail at the comeback on the ACL early. So, dude, be careful, bro. What do you come at? It says, Hody had 2 questions in here. He says, what is your comeback from injury mental process? I honestly think that's, of all injuries, that's the bigger challenge is the mental versus the physical, because the body heals, in my opinion. Body always heals naturally. It's supernatural. God designed it to heal. And but here's the deal. Our thought process is where we wrestle. So the best way to build confidence is to get back on your bike. But like I said, don't come back too early. Take your time. Get that thing fully healed. But that is the best way to overcome your fears, overcome your worries, to get comfortable and to build confidence and get your mental game strong. Is you build confidence by doing stuff. Like, the more you do it, the better you feel. So anytime I came off of injury, and everyone goes through, you feel a little nervous, a little hesitant. You don't want to get hurt again. So then you have those mental things. The only way to get through that is to go out there, bang out laps, bang out laps, bang out laps. And for me, it was to bang out all my tricks. I got to go start doing all my tricks again. Once I got all my tricks again, the fear and the worry left and the confidence was back. But I personally had to overcome a lot of that through riding. And at the same time, just positive thinking as far as I use scripture. I'm a Christian, so I would use, if I had negative thoughts or worry or fear, I used to recite Bible verses. I did that before. If I was getting ready to drop in at X Games or at a Nuclear Cowboy show and I'm in the tunnel and it's my turn next to come out and do my whole run and there's 20,000 people watching, and I was nervous because some of those events and tours, I just came off injury. So I wouldn't allow a negative thought to come into my head. I used to memorize a bunch of Bible verses and recite Bible verses in my head that spoke against fear. Like, there's Timothy, for I don't have a spirit of fear, but a power of love and a sound mind. If God is for us, who could be against us? No weapon formed against me shall prosper. He who is in me is greater than he who is in the world. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I would just sit there and fire off all these verses, and it just and I didn't give any room for any negative or fearful thought into my brain. And then as soon as they said go, I was fine. As soon as it's like I only got nervous or worried when I was sitting there trying to think about messing up. But once, boom, I didn't think about nothing except for the trick I was going to do. So riding, and the way I always look at it is faith is always a great way to battle fear. Fear and faith are the opposite. So choose, life-giving words. And in my opinion, the Bible is full of life and full of words that bring life. So that's what I chose to meditate on or just speak over my life when I was nervous. All right, so 8:05. Let's just kind of sneak in. I know, I don't want to go too long because then nobody watches the video. There's an hour and 15 minutes. I'm watching this. Do you ever ride in North Cal? I have, but I haven't in a really long time. It's been a really long time since it's been out there, but definitely been up there. And Northern Cal is awesome. All right, so dude, there's so much going on. All right, here's the last one. We're gonna wrap it up with this. So he says, "Why did you stop?" So this is Big Bang. He says, "Why did you stop doing the Krusty movies?" And a lot. I think those guys kind of like stopped filming for a little bit, but there was just a time when that's all we were doing was filming. Then it became a time where we were just kind of on the road and they weren't filming as much. So it just kind of was the timing of when that was like what was kind of breathing and birthing the sport, and then things had shifted through the years and I got busy doing tours and contests and other stuff. But hey, Krusty tours and movies were seriously some of the funnest, best memories of all time, and enjoyed it. And super grateful for Johnny and Dana for putting me on the map and helping me out, all that. So shout out to those dudes. All right, so Jesse just sent you an email, and sweet. All right, we'll check it. We'll look for you. But hey, thank you guys for hanging out every Monday night. We'll be back here next Monday, as long as there's not a football game. Is that why Mel's bringing it up? I don't know. But every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, we'll be back here hanging out. Thank you guys for kicking it. It's always a pleasure to read your comments, answer your questions, just kick with you guys. So until next time, we'll see you next week. Have fun this week. Ride safe. Any of the local boys, I'll see Thomas and Brian this week. Saturday, I'll see you guys at class. Any of your local boys, I'll probably see you guys at Kingsville. I'm going to go out there. Let's show some love for Alex. Keep praying for him. Keep praying for his family. And Simon. Keep praying for Simon as well. Industry, action sports industry is being hit right now. So let's keep these families in our prayers. Yeah, man, they need us. All right, guys. Much love, man. I'll see you next week. Peace out.